Hey guys, this is Craig from Steel City EDC, and today we're going to talk about the Urban EDC F5.5. Now this one is in the very rare Segalia pattern that's milled onto the titanium scales. This is actually my second F5.5. The first one was a micarta one. Absolutely loved it, but I'm much more of a full tie fan, so it went, and when this came up, I got her. This is a nested liner lock, so you can kind of see in there. Really easy to get to, no effort whatsoever. You can thumb roll this out, which I have to be honest, I really love thumb rolling this out. And of course, you can also spidey flicker or reverse flick her. That would be the thing. I always kind of refer to these knives as hers, a bit like sailors do with their vessels, or car fans do with their cars. Does anyone else do that, or is it just me being weird? Should it be an it, a thing, a they, a that? I just call it she, her. Anyway, maybe that's just me. Let me know what you think, or what you call them. This is a sailor blade, that's what they call it. It's very similar, I guess, to a sheep's foot. I guess traditionally it's called a sailor blade as used by sailors. It's an M390. It's got this really high grind. It feels like a flat grind, not a hollow grind. You can kind of make out the grind lines there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. There you go. So, deep carry pocket clip, little back spacer, a little bit of milling on there, which is really good. And again, because this is a small knife, they've put the jimping here on the middle of the blade. Now that, for me, that works perfectly. You know, if I'm holding the knife like this, it works. If I'm choking up, again, it works. I've got big hands, but this is a smaller knife, and to kind of illustrate that, let's just get the old tape measure out and put it here so you can see what we're really talking about is a 7-inch folder with a 3-inch blade, 2 3/4 inches of cutting edge, and the handle is 4 inches. But if you take it from here, you can see it's 3.5. If you take it from the finger choil, you can see it's 4 1/4. So there's some usable real estate there. It's just about how you do it. What I would say is, if you're using the finger choil on this, I mean, you can use it. It's fine. If you've got skinny little fingers, you're not going to worry about it. But if you've got big, thick fingers like me, then it feels very close to that cutting edge, and this is razor sharp. So this is, for me, very gentle, light work, versus here you would feel much more comfortable and confident, because it's locked up and you're not going to cut your finger. In terms of size comparison, since we've talked a little bit about that, and let's just put it this way, and we don't get the bias from the camera angle. I'm sure you're all aware, but when you do this way, you'll find that the knives can be exactly the same size, but if they're above it or below it, above it will make it look smaller, below it will make it look bigger. It's the perspective from the camera angle, so that's why I like to do it this way. So in terms of a few that you may be aware of, this is the Spyderco Pitts. It's a favourite for people in the UK because it's a 3-inch blade, or just below 3-inch blade, and it's a non-locker. So again, you can see size-wise very similar. Let's put another one in here. This is the Benchmade North Fork. Again, slightly smaller type blade, so it gives you a kind of idea and a comparison. Let's take the Spyderco Pitts away, and let's put in this Chavez. Now this is the Redención Street, so it's one of the smaller Chavezes, and again you can see it's substantially bigger than the F5.5. Not a massive amount of difference in cutting edge, about, well, maybe a centimetre. So, and just to give you an idea, yeah, and you can see the F5.5 has got a very similar blade thickness there. the scales are obviously a fair bit thinner. It's a far more discreet folder, but it gives you an indication. So, and again, when we look at cutting edge, again, you can see there's quite a difference there. Actually, it's probably more than a centimetre. In terms of handles, if you kind of do it from there, that's not really a fair composition. It's more from there. You can see the difference. So we'll take that away, and just to give everyone an example of something that we all know and love, the Chris Reeves large Sebenza. And again, you see the kind of difference there. And if we just turn it round, so you can see in terms of if we put it pivot to pivot, and there you go. That's the reality. So let's take this Sebenza away. A smaller knife, but it's quite chunky. It feels really solid. I absolutely love this thing. In terms of weight, you'll be pleased to know I have bought some scales. So let's see if we put it on here. Okay, and we are talking about, well, as you can say, 4.4 ounces. So decent size. As I say, it's a fairly chunky little solid thing. Let's take that out of the way. I love thumb rolling this, I have to be honest. I was always much more of a flipper kind of guy, and then the thumb studs. And I think it's probably because they give you a faster, immediate, harder fire, and it feels fulfilling. And then you've got that drop shutty thing that I craved for a long time. And I think that's probably why I was so into Hindras for such a while. And, you know, truth be told, I still am into Hindras. There's no doubt about it. They're fantastic. But more recently, I've really got into this thumb rolling. It just kind of works. For me, just as fidgety, it just feels different, smoother. Yeah, so anyway, there we go. In terms of price, these I think were about $350 when they came out. Tell me if I'm wrong. It might be they were $300, but I've got a feeling they were $350. I bought this one second hand, and I paid £300 for her. So again, it kind of gives you an idea. She was brand new. Well, I say in brand new condition when I bought her. Someone else had her in their collection as a safe queen. She's really been a safe queen for me as well. She's been in my pocket a few times. You know, she's cut a few bits of paper, and she's a razor, but nothing ever more than that. So really nice knife. Would I recommend this? Yes, absolutely. If your laws allow you to carry locking knives, and depending on where you are in the world, they will or they won't, I would absolutely recommend this as a brilliant EDC carry. It's going to fit in your pocket. I mean, it's going to melt in your pocket. You're hardly going to know it's there. It's got this deep carry pocket clip, so it's nice and discreet. It's not going to get caught on stuff. And actually, this clip is really, really good. It really works very nicely. On the odd occasion I've carried her, she just vanishes in your pocket. It's lovely. Now, you can put a lanyard on here if you want to make it easy to pull out or easy to handle if you've got even bigger hands, but for me, I found it's just not necessary, and I'm not really a lanyard fan. Yeah, I mean, it feels really solid and robust. For me, it looks absolutely stunning, although, of course, that is very much a question of individual taste, and there's no right or wrong with these things. You know, it's very affordable, and, you know, that is, of course, subjective once again, but I think for most people who are watching this channel, most people who are into knives, EDC gear, that kind of stuff, you know, the kind of £300, $300 type mark, you know, is affordable. And of course, you know, second hand as a user, you'd probably be getting it for more like, you know, £200, but this hasn't been a user. So yeah, I think it's you know, very, very effective, very sharp, very discreet, affordable, but still solid, chunky, comfortable. Yeah, so highly recommended. I would absolutely recommend this without any shadow of doubt. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. just a short review, stroke overview. I'm Steel City EDC. Please do subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I'm a small new channel. I'm growing, you know, and all the love and support I can get is very, very much appreciated. Please like, comment, let me know what you think, and have a fantastic day. Cheers, guys.